Lighting and color can be used to help establish the mood in a scene. If the content or dialogue of a scene is too heavy, a softer light can be used to juxtapose the intense content of the scene. Red and green lighting is often used to signify a conflict of some sort. This conflict can be something the protagonist is fighting with internally or a conflict the audience can see. This use of lighting and color is an example of mise-en-scène. Looking at movies defines mise-en-scène as staging or putting on an action or a scene. The use of color in Paris, Texas is interesting because of how the color plays a role in developing the narrative and establishing the mood before the scene's content tells the audience how to feel. In Paris, Texas, red and green lighting is used to show an internal conflict. An example of this is at the beginning of the film when Walt is experiencing an internal conflict at the gas station. At this point in the film, Walt is battling mixed emotions on his reconnection with his brother Travis. This internal conflict is further portrayed to the audience by the contrasting colored lighting, red and green. In Paris, Texas, the color red is used to signify that a conflict has been building up. A good example of this is when Travis goes to see Jane for the first time since he left. Jane is in a room filled with red decor, such as the phone, the lampshade, which gives the room a red tint, and the curtains. She's even wearing a red sweater. The audience can realize that this use of color is intentional, and it makes the audience feel the sense of discomfort before the scene actually gets uncomfortable. The strong presence of red can also signify the connection between Travis and Jane and the blood bond they share because of their son Hunter. Red and green still have the same effect of showing a conflict even when they are not in the same scene together but in two scenes back to back. An example of this is at the end of the movie when Hunter is reunited with his mother. They are covered in green. The film cuts to Travis in a parking lot surrounded by green lights. This continuation of green from Hunter and Jane to Travis shows that he is allowing himself to connect with them. After Travis allows himself the moment of connection, the scene cuts and shows Travis in a car being lit by red taillights. The red now signifies that Travis understands he is the reason the reconnection needed to happen in the first place, because he drove a wedge between Jane and Hunter. Director Wim Wenders stated, "In the end, Travis realized he has caused too much pain with his violence and there is no way to say it didn't happen. It happens, he realizes it, and he missed his chance because of it." Red and green work together in this scene to show that a conflict has been resolved. The film Paris, Texas uses lighting and strong colors to portray the mood of scenes throughout the film. This strong use of mise-en-scène is very similar to films by Dario Argento and Mario Bava. Wim Wenders uses green and red most commonly throughout the film to further develop the plot. This consistent use of color foreshadows the content of the scene, setting the mood for the audience right as the scene begins.